What's up? Coach Dan Blewett here, and I've got a book that I highly recommend that I wanted to share here on my channel, and that is Full Count, The Education of a Pitcher by David Cone. So if you don't know who David Cone is, he threw a perfect game in the big leagues. He was a big league veteran, came with the Royals, then with the Mets and the Yankees. And throughout his book, he talks about not only how he grew up as a pitcher, what his mindset was as a young kid playing catch with his dad and learning everything from his dad, to his entire big league career. As a rookie, a lot of mistakes he made include not taunting another player, but he wrote a column about another player that earned him a lot of flack in the World Series. And he talks pretty candidly about how that impacted his performance when he had all these people basically booing him and the other teammates or the other team talking trash about him because of some things he wrote in the paper. He talks a ton about confidence on the mound, how his confidence went up and down. His love for pitching and the strategic side of it, the competition of it, it really comes out in the book, which is something I personally really identify with. That's the one thing that I really miss about pitching myself is the competing and just thinking your way through a game. And I think he does an awesome job in the book just conveying how cerebral pitching is, how much he loves pitching, which again, it's cool to get the personal side of a guy who's a longtime big league veteran for him to really share who he is as a pitcher, his mindset on the mound, including some of his struggles. Like he talks about in his complete game that he was very aware that he was throwing a complete game. And you think of a lot of these guys as being robots out there, impervious to the pressure and the fans and the media. And again, he's very frank that that's not the case, that he and lots of his other teammates feel that stuff, and they're people, and they have ups and downs, and they have a life outside of baseball, and they're on the road with their teammates, and there's teammate stuff going on in the clubhouse, and there's all these different things that we're not privy to that he shares a lot of in the book. So I think if you're a player, if you're a coach, if you're a parent, you're really interested in baseball, especially if you're a Yankees fan or Mets fan or Royals fan, you'll definitely identify with some of his stories about his former teammates, winning World Series with the Yankees and all that stuff. So I highly recommend the book. I really liked it. And there's not a lot of like firsthand baseball stuff being written by guys like him giving back to the game and sharing their knowledge. There's a lot of stuff on the analytics side, which is fantastic as well. I've got some reviews of new books coming on that side. And there's a lot about how baseball is changing, but I really, again, appreciated someone who's been there and done that, giving all of his knowledge. And again, I think one of the most valuable things about his book is how he shares that even these guys you see on TV, they have these mental struggles on the mound, these confidence issues. Even when they look like they've got everything figured out on TV, they still have doubts, just like everyone else. They still feel tired. They still feel gassed. They still sometimes don't know if they can get the next out or the next 3 outs or whatever, or finish this game for their team. But David Cone talks a ton about his passion for being a bulldog and for eating up innings and for being that guy who can go 120 pitches. And again, that's something I think that was really cool about the book. So again, David Cone's book, Full Count, Education of a Pitcher, highly recommend you pick it up. You can grab a copy. There's links in the description below. But again, definitely check the book out. I loved it as a pitcher, and I think you will too.